Good evening. This is Akashvani Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says cooperative sector has huge role in enhancing potential of villages and farmers. Chakhesang public organization and Sumi Kukami Hoho opposes uniform civil code in the state. National Doctors' Day being observed today. And 2nd Naga Regiment organizes bike expedition at the Second World War Cemetery, Kohima. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the role of cooperative sector is going to be huge in order to increase potential of the country's villages and farmers in Amrit Kaal. The Prime Minister inaugurated the 17th Indian Cooperative Congress in New Delhi today. Speaking on the occasion, Modi said several steps have been taken by the government for strengthening of cooperative sector in the country. He said the government is working for farmers' welfare and striving to make each and every sector of agriculture developed and self-reliant. He said central government spends over 6,50,000 crore rupees every year on agriculture and farmers' welfare. Talking about various initiatives taken for farmers' welfare, Modi said crores of small farmers are getting benefits of PM Kisan scheme. He said over 2,50,000 crore rupees have been directly transferred in the bank accounts of farmers under the scheme. Modi urged the cooperative sector to come forward and work in the direction of making soil health good and chemical-free. Prime Minister Modi exhorted cooperative sector to promote micro-irrigation, building food grain storage facilities and creating digital ecosystem. Chakhesang Public Organization CPO and Sumi Kukami Hoho has decided to oppose Uniform Civil Code UCC in the state. In a letter addressed to the Member Secretary, Law Commission of India, the CPO said as long as the religious and ethnic minorities feel secured by the constitutional protections, the national integrity remains firm. It added that even the application of a practice on a given subject within a community varies from one village to another village in the context of Nagaland. The CPO further said when such superiority complex is to be legalized in a camouflage of UCC, and under the strength of such law, if UCC is imposed on the minorities, the consequence will be social unrest. Meanwhile, the Sumi Kukami Hoho has also opposed the implementation of UCC in the state, saying that it will go against the basic norms and presupposition in framing of the Indian Constitution. It said any attempt to impose the proposed UCC in Nagaland will directly affect Naga customary law, tradition, culture and religion, etc. Today is National Doctors' Day. The day is celebrated across the country in memory of Dr. Bidhan Chandra Roy, physician and the second Chief Minister of West Bengal. He played many roles, such as a politician, a freedom fighter, and an advocate for education. This day is dedicated to honoring the contribution and dedication of doctors towards the well-being and healthcare of society. Doctors are considered soldiers who do not fight at borders but save the lives of millions suffering from diseases. Chief Minister Nipi Rio and Deputy Chief Minister Y. Button have extended greetings to all medical doctors on National Doctors' Day. In a tweet, Rio thanked the doctors for their commitment to the society's health and well-being. Rio further said, "We honor and celebrate their resilience and invaluable contribution towards humanity." Meanwhile, Button appreciated the immense dedication and relentless effort put in by the healthcare heroes and thanked every doctor for their service. The 2nd Naga Regiment organized a bike expedition at the Second World War Cemetery today in Kohima. It was organized to commemorate 25 years of Kargil War victory in 1999 and in remembrance of the fallen brave Naga heroes. Speaking as a special guest, Advisor for Water Resources Tongbang Ozikam said, "Brave Naga soldiers are distinct from others and the supreme sacrifice they had made will always be remembered in Indian history." Ozikam encouraged the soldiers to keep up the distinct character and the discipline they possess. Wishing the expedition team a safe ride, he urged the brave Naga soldiers to extend a salute from the Nagas to the Veer Naris and tell about the brave hearts of the Nagas to others wherever they go. The flag-off bike expedition will be held at Assam Rifles helipad tomorrow by Inspector General of Assam Rifles North, Vikas Lakhera. Presently, the 2nd Naga Regiment is stationed at the headquarters at Ladakh in Jammu and Kashmir. This news comes to you from Akashvani, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. The Court of Judicial Magistrate First Class Woka Julian Sitlo has convicted and sentenced one accused, Abentang Gikon, to undergo simple imprisonment of 1 year for commission of an attempt to extortion, mischief, and criminal intimidation under various sections of IPC. The sentences of imprisonment will run concurrently. The accused was arrested for causing fear to the victim and the passengers for forcefully stopping one taxi passenger and demanded ransom money. The accused deliberately threatened the victim, who was the driver of the Sumo taxi, and even went up to the extent of damaging the windshield of the Sumo. The case was successfully investigated by ASI Zbemo Oven. Deputy Commissioner Beren Vinit Kumar has said that Beren District Administration District Skill Committee, in collaboration with Microsoft Philanthropies, aims to impart skill training to school and college students on Microsoft Diversity Skilling Program. The training will have 4 modules, which includes digital productivity, employability, communication, and entrepreneurial skills. Therefore, any educational institution, private or government, interested in imparting these skills to their students are asked to send the filled application format to the email at dcberen-ngl@nic.in or can be submitted to the nearest administrative office. The eligibility of the training is from Class 8 onwards, while the last date of submission of application is 15th July. Nagaland Board of School Education has informed that 16th edition of Wild Wisdom Global Challenge on the theme Birds of the World was launched by the World Wildlife Fund WWF-India. The challenge is open for classes 6 to 9 and registration of schools is free of cost. Therefore, NPSC has requested the schools to disseminate information to the students and encourage them to participate in the WWF Wild Wisdom Global Challenge 2023 by registering at academy.wwfindia.org. One may get the details of the WWF Wild Wisdom Global Challenge 2023 in the annexure. Akashvani Kohima has extended the last date for submission of application form for engagement of part-time correspondence PTCs for Kohima, Beren, Pek and Mon districts to 3rd July. Interested candidates who meet the criteria may apply for the post in the prescribed application form only. Necessary details and prescribed application forms may be collected from the news section of Akashvani Kohima during office hours. India Meteorological Department has predicted fairly widespread rainfall along with isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall over the northeast during the next 5 days. Meanwhile, Kohima today recorded a maximum temperature of 24.7 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 18.4 degrees Celsius. The rainfall recorded was 1 millimeter with a relative humidity of 84%. And now 20 news, here are the main points again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says cooperative sector has huge role in enhancing potential of villages and farmers. Chakhesang Public Organization and Sumi, Kukami, Hoho opposes uniform civil code in the state. National Doctors' Day being observed today. And the 2nd Naga Regiment organizes bike expedition at 2nd World War Cemetery, Kohima. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.